Hey you guys, it's Mickey again, Scottsdale, Arizona. Just wanted to make another video about a few things that I've been thinking a lot about lately. So the cool thing is that I feel like as we start to really connect as light workers, as we start to get to know each other and harmonize with each other, I don't know, I just feel like I can tell that the frequency today is really high. So I'm excited about that. And I just wanted to share a few things that I've been working on, and hopefully this will help you as well. So first of all, I really believe that we have complete control over our mind at all times. And I feel like now that we've come out of the matrix and we realized how that worked, we realized that we have been programmed and it's time to start reprogramming ourselves. So whether it was programmed through the television or programmed through society or programmed through, thoughts that we've had that have repeated over the last, 20, 30 years, whatever it may be, we are programmed. Everyone's programmed, and we're always programming ourselves. So in order to become a master of your dominion, your domain, your life, and to manifest exactly what you want in your life, you have to become a coder, if you will. You have to become a pretty good programmer. And it's only hard if we make it hard, all right? So because everything is possible, anything is possible. If you believe it, it will happen. And if you manifest it by drawing it or painting it or visualizing it, it will happen even faster. So I'm just going to talk about a few programs that I know I've rewritten in my life, and hopefully you can apply this to whatever you have going on in your life based on your situation. So first of all, I'll never forget, I went to ASU as a kid. I graduated from Arizona State University, and I remember being there, and I remember there being a lot of pressure on women to be perfect or look a certain way or eat a certain way. And I'll never forget looking in the mirror at 22 and saying, I'm not going to do this for the rest of my life. I'm not going to sit here and judge what I see in this mirror for the rest of my life. I just chose. And I was an art student, so I loved drawing the human body. I saw nothing but beauty in it, in every shape, every form, every size, every, height, whatever. But I still chose. It was a choice. I looked in the mirror and I said, who am I to judge his work? I'm not, he's the artist, and I should just love, because you only get one life, one vessel, one body. You may as well just love what you see. And the more you love what you see, the more you shine, the more you feel beautiful, the more you feel good. And so the first thing I started to do is I started to rewrite the variables. So every time you look in the mirror, you have a word or a record player that plays out, and that's just the program. It's like, you're spawning up like a function that's running. So the only thing you have to do is change the variable, the value of the variable. So if you look in the mirror each day and you say, I don't like what I see, you just replace the words, I don't like what I see, with, I love what I see. And you might not believe it at first. That's okay. You don't have to. You just keep saying it over and over and over. That's reprogramming. So I think that's one of the easiest techniques, is to just rewrite a variable. And anytime you hear the old variable, just remind yourself, nope, that's part of the old code. I'm now operating on the new script, the new choice, and everything is always a choice, right? A second thing that I remember rewriting that was tricky, a little bit more tricky, is the food. So I now eat really clean. Like I eat only plants. I'm a plant-based eater. So whole food plant-based diet is what I live on, and I'm vegan. But that wasn't easy at first for me, because I think that when it comes to food, it's even more conditioned. We've been doing it for so long. It's part of our survival. It's part of our habits, how we shop, what we buy in the store, blah, blah, blah. So it does take time to rewrite that program. It's a little bit more complicated. So the way I look at food is you kind of have to break it down into multiple programs. So you've got breakfast, you've got lunch, you've got dinner. For me, I started with breakfast because it was the easiest. So I started saying, okay, if I could just have 4 smoothies a week for breakfast, that would be huge, right? And I'm going to give myself 3 or 4 months to get to that goal. And I just started simple. And every time I had smoothies, I reminded myself, or I visualized myself as a queen on a yacht on an amazing vacation, just like, this is how queens eat. Think of yourself on a yacht and they're serving you a fruit platter and you want to eat light because you're out on the ocean. Anyway, and even though I would come downstairs and I could smell the bacon that my family was cooking, I was so focused on how I was royalty. and I could have this fruit. And so that was the choice that I made. That was the program that I wrote for myself. And eventually it became fruit smoothies every morning, which means no dairy, no meat. And that was an easy transition. And I do eat a lot of bananas. Like I'm a monkey, right? We all are. And I just want everyone to know, even if you're diabetic, fruit is one of the healthiest things you can eat. I know they say that's not true. That's all rubbish. The fact is we've all evolved on fruit. Fruit is fruitful for a reason. You just have to stay away from the fats if you have diabetes. Okay, so then I started changing my lunches, which for me was pretty easy because I don't have to serve other people at lunch. The dinners were a bit harder. So I have a family of 4 and they don't want to be vegan. So what I had to do is I had to set a goal because I'm not a short order chef. I'm not someone who's going to cook 4 meals for 4 different people every time. So what I had to do is I had to create a board in the kitchen and I wrote on top of the board, our goal is to find 20 meals that we all like and that we all can eat. And it can be variations of meals, like variations within, but it was just to a point where I was like, we have to get on the same page here. So by doing that and by having these little Post-it notes every time we found a meal that we could all agree on, I had set an intention for the whole family. I was moving this manifestation forward. This is where we ended up, right? So now we have the board. We've got meal plans that we can draw from each week. We've got shopping lists, the whole thing. So it's like a fine-tuned machine. Now, we didn't get there quickly. And I think the thing about changing the food is people are way too hard on themselves. Like you think you should be able to go cold turkey. You should be able to change your entire diet in one night. That does not happen, guys. It doesn't happen. It's better to change gradually because you're rewriting a program. You wouldn't replace an entire product suite overnight with a whole new product. You would start rewriting components of that program piece at a time. So break it up in chunks that are manageable, find wins so that you can build confidence, and then trust that you are in complete control over programming your life, programming anything you do, whether it's working out, whether it's how you treat your loved ones, whether it's the friendships that you foster in your life, whether it's how you think or feel when you wake up in the morning, whatever it is that you want to work on, pick it and work on one thing at a time, and then start to find and write down whenever you succeed. Another really kind of fun thing is vision boards. I know that that's obvious, but change or swap out the image on your phone so you're looking at it every single day. That's you taking dominion over writing your own program. So anyway, guys, just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. One other thing I'm just kind of fascinated about, I'm just going to share. So as we start to realize that we are ascending, and as we start to realize that we have 5 more chakras, so you've got the 7 from the crown down to the root chakra, but then you've got a chakra below that, and then 4 above. So what I'm really fascinated about is that in the olden times, or during the times of the Essenes, and the times that there was artwork being done of the apostles, they were often depicted with halos. So I want you to start envisioning your halo as you expand and as you learn to visualize, as you astral project, as you project into the ethereal realm, as you possibly even start to become aware that there is this Jacob's ladder, that once you get to the top, you can tune in to the collective, to the quantum realm, and envision yourself with a halo, because it's just kind of cool. I just think this is so biblical. This is such an awesome time. We can all finally just shine as bright as we possibly can. So with that, you guys, just want to say peace, love from Scottsdale, Arizona. We'll talk again soon. All right. Bye.